Pregame.com.
Welcome back, pregame.tv. We are breaking down the premium game of the week. We have Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots, the genius, Belichick, Brady, who never complains, and alarms are going off everywhere, screaming at the refs as he heads off the field. We're going to be breaking this all down. I know VR has a play on this one. VR, take it away.
Yeah, here's the bottom line. I liked Carolina last night. That was their big game. Even though coming off a win in San Fran, that was Monday Night Football on a grand stage with the question, are you for real? Mm-hmm. On the flip side, New England, it's Monday Night Football, but I think this is their big game. Getting Peyton Manning and Denver at home. Even though it's not a divisional game, this is a big game for them. And what a difference a year makes, because last season when Denver with Peyton Manning went into New England, they were about 6-point underdogs. Now all of a sudden, you're going in their favorite. It's a different ball game, fellas, between going in there as the underdog and going in there as the favorite. And last year, they lost that game by 10 points. I like New England in this spot. This is a team that doesn't lose many football games at home ever. Right. And now you're giving me, I don't care if it's a half a point. To me, that's just pick the winner. This is a 5-0 football team at home. I think they go to 6-0. This is a sandwich game. I know it's a big game for Denver. It's not a look ahead or anything. But you had Kansas City last week, which was a huge game for them. And now you got Kansas City next week, which is a huge game for them. I don't know what you're going to get from them this weekend.
Brady, Marco D'Angelo double breasted hoagie sandwich, sandwich with the Kansas City bookends. Got to be a factor for poor Denver here, right?
Well, and I felt a little bit it was affecting New England last night. And, it was a Monday night game, but I could also see New England looking a little bit ahead towards the game.
Lethargic in the first half.
Yep, they were. And they,
Especially
and Carolina got their attention.
Fumbled going in.
Right. Carolina got their attention, and they came back big time in the second half and almost nearly won it. But I felt that went into a little bit of my handicap, the fact that they had Denver this week. So, okay, now Denver is on the schedule, and it's time to go for broke. Also, you and I talked about this off air. With that call in the end zone last night going against New England, I think New England gets all the breaks this week.
Every call.
I have to ask you guys, because this is a legitimate question. If I throw a pass, it's going to be intercepted for sure by the linebacker, let's say, 10 yards down the field. But if the linebacker would fall down, get shot, get hit by a meteorite, something would happen to him, and the ball would continue, then my receiver would catch it, unless he was interfered with. Is that catchable? Because I really think that was the case where that ball was clearly uncatchable, not because Gronk couldn't have caught it, but because there was a Carolina Panther
standing in the way.
Not the guy who was interfering, but the other guy.
Yeah, they made it look like
I don't know the rule.
They made it look like he's such a good athlete, he could have turned around and went for it. Really,
you're telling me this guy's running this way, he's going to do a 180, get through Kuechly, and get back to that ball?
Yeah,
not going to happen.
Good luck.
I still say
bad pass, Tom Brady. Deal with it.
I still say once the yellow canary flies, by the way, you can keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants, people. But once it comes out, you can't take it back out. No, absolutely not.
That was the biggest foul of all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think it was
last play of the game. You let it go.
The Immaculate Reception. Remember where they're reviewing and they're talking about. You may not know the story, Brady. I think VR does.
I know that.
Where the guy says, "Boy, I really think it hit off the Pittsburgh guy.
Right.
Hit it. If I overturn this, how much security officers do you have to escort me off?" And they said, "Well, we can get you 6." And he goes, "6? That's it?" He's like, "Then it's 6 for Pittsburgh, baby."
Yep. And that's how it went.
If the replacement refs had called that.
Oh, my God.
The media is, I hate the media. The media is so biased and stupid. The replacement refs did a great job. They marched off one defensive holding call for 10 yards instead of 5, and they had the game-winning interception.
Seattle game.
Right. But I look at it, for 4 weeks of body of work when they're under scrutiny, they did great. It's like every week the regular refs make a worse call. Like this one is it's just horrendous. But let's stay on topic here. VR. You want to go ahead and make this one official?
I'll make it official.
Let's do it.
Denver at New England, Sunday Night Football. My clients know I love primetime games, and I'm telling you right now, I will be on the New England Patriots. 2 weeks ago, I told you I was going to be on the New Orleans Saints. This week, I'm going to be on New England. My true line for this game is a pick 'em. I'm getting points with New England. Let the money keep coming in on Denver and just snatch that money line up because New England will not lose this game at home. I think they're going to have a lot of success running the football against Denver, and I don't think Peyton Manning's going to have that good of a game. New England defense allows opposing quarterbacks a 78 passer rating. It's not going to be an easy night for Peyton Manning in Denver. They'll be looking ahead to Kansas City by halftime. I like New England.
VR taking the points with the New England Patriots. I have to agree. I think it makes a lot of sense that Kansas City's coming to Denver, or actually Denver's going into Kansas City next week. The division aspect of that might be a little bit bigger on their schedule than this one here. Denver coming off of a big win over Kansas City last week. Now they got to go up against their nemesis Patriots. Good spot for New England coming off of that devastating loss on Monday night.
I'm going to read the minds of the casual bettors right now. The recreational bettors. Here's what you're thinking. I promise you. Last Sunday night, you got off of Denver and you jumped on Kansas City and you lost your bet. And after that game was over, you said, I'll never make that mistake again. I'm going to jump on Denver every week from here on out. This isn't the week to jump on them. I'm telling you now. Don't let last week get you to make the mistake again this week. If you stayed off them last week and lost with Kansas City, don't think you're going to jump back on them and cash a ticket this Sunday night. New England wins at home.
Just a little record keeping here. I've got my power ratings. I agree with you, VR. I have New England as 4. They're 4 points better than an average NFL team. And I have Denver at an 8. So I have Denver 4 points better on a neutral. That makes Denver 1 point better at New England. Then you adjust for the situational spot, which, as you made a good case for, is better for New England here than for Denver. So if you just base it upon those two factors, put you at pick 'em. Outstanding. Sunday Night Football. We're going to talk Monday Night Football. Pregame.tv. Stay with us. We're going to talk about the fast-fading Washington Redskins and the equally weak San Francisco 49ers, who may well help VR win his bet against the big man here with R.J. Bell, who went ahead and played. No, R.J.'s going to take your money. R.J.'s got the under 11 swing. Going to need New England VR to win 12 games. Stay with us. Pregame.tv.